2 million transactions per day. I repeat, 2 million transactions per day. Well, what's up everyone? It's Hey John. And that 2 million per transaction, well, that is Dogechain. They are doing this every single day. 2 million transactions. That is way more than some of the top tier blockchains. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, etc. This is pulling in so many transactions, it's rivaling the biggest dogs. Oh, no pun intended. But with that being said, you have to be aware that these transactions are multiple and they're many. And now you have to wonder, why are there so many transactions on Dogechain? I'll tell you why, folks. Because they're using Dogecoin as the gas fee. And Dogecoin is literally 0.0001 per transaction. So the gas fee is next to nothing. So people are saying they're Dogechain to each other. They're setting it to contracts. They're buying NFTs. They're doing this. They're doing that. But the point is that they're creating activity on the Dogechain network. Now, with that being said, there are a few issues here due to these many transactions. I would say it's due in part to the low amount of validators or servers, because sometimes when I try to make a transaction, for example, it'll hang up and it'll throw an error. And it'll say something about JSON and this and that. Well, I'm not a coder by trade or any means necessary. So I Googled that, and it looks like people are saying that it's a network congestion issue. And with that being said, and I believe this has to do with the amount of RPC nodes, the validators, etc. Of course, this is purely my opinion and my own research. I have not actually gotten any official word from the team itself. So I want to reiterate that this is my opinion, my observation, my research. I don't want to create FUD, but I'm just telling you guys based on what I observed and what I've done. So I don't want to create panic, folks. So please understand, I am not trying to create panic, but if you see all those congestion errors, well, it's actually a blessing in disguise, because this means that your favorite blockchain, Dogechain, it is effective, it's working, and more importantly, people are using it, and they're using it nonstop to a high degree of satisfaction, because how else are you getting so many transactions if you are dissatisfied? So this means that you are getting returning users continuing to use the blockchain or the layer 2 on Dogecoin, and they are continuing to use it. Now, the reason why I want to harp on this is because this is amazing. This is fantastic. This is what you want to see in a growing, a budding new blockchain. There are a few things to note, and I want to cover some of the, I would say, pretty neat projects on Dogechain. Dogechain project spotlight number 1. Let's go ahead and check this out, folks. We have something called Floki Locker. Floki Locker is the industry's most innovative protocol for securing digital assets, securely locked liquidity pool, tokens, NFTs, fungible tokens, and multiple tokens in just a few clicks. That's pretty cool, because now you're seeing a way for tokens to literally go here, use Floki as a service to lock their LP, and when they do so, it's going to create trust in the community that is using that particular smart contract. This is how you know the devs will not run with the bags. EnrichDAO is a suite of 3 products: VOYAGER Vault, KYC NFT, and N Reserve. Let's go ahead and see what they're all about. EnrichDAO, look at this. They have a tons of stuff here. Market making strategies. You have different pairs. I'm assuming this is some sort of APY liquidity pool, farming, staking type of deal. You have option strategies, single token strategies. Very cool. So circulating supply is 2.26 billion enrich. Total staked is 834,000. We have 2.2 million TVL, and 36.79% locked. So this appears to be a different product in a sense where it's more financial in the terms where you can do liquidity farming, staking, etc. So this looks like a place to go to do all of your quote unquote curve type of deals here. It's in a convenient location. But of course, as you can see from the webpage when I just covered it, everything says coming soon. So it is in development in the meantime. Firebird Finance. Firebird is a multi-chain super DEX aggregator that has already deployed on multiple blockchains. Firebird Finance. It's better than DEX, the industry-leading multi-chain super aggregator that offers you the best rates while paying you to swap for your favorite tokens. Swap, save, earn only with Firebird. So this sounds interesting. So it looks like Firebird is connecting on the back end of other swaps. Because as you know, if you're trading on DeFi on a DEX, this means you have many swappers. You have Doge Swap, you have Kibble Swap, you have Quick Swap, you have Frax Finance, you have Firebird now. Well, so what this means is that when you go into these different swappers, assuming this token is listed on every single swap, the only one that I'm aware of currently is Doge McKenzie. They've listed on multiple swaps: Doge Swap, Kibble Swap, Yod Swap, and Frax Finance. So with that being said, when you go into these different swaps, you may see a difference in price, whether it's minute or quite a bit. And this is called arbitrage. So in theory, what Firebird Finance is saying is that, you know what, is that if I were to buy some Doge McKenzie on Firebird Finance, it would literally look at those 4 swaps and get me the cheapest price if I were buying. Now, if I'm selling, I'm assuming that it'll also use the highest price and sell on that particular swap. So this kind of does everything for you in one, where you do not need to do the legwork because, well, like I said, for you folks, it does it for you. And this can be an extremely awesome tool in the future. But in the future, I can see these swaps literally cannibalizing each other, and there will only be a few strong ones left standing. So with that being said, Firebird Finance could still be a very valuable tool even in the future. AutoBark is a Yearn beefy style yield optimizer to automatically manage LP positions across the entire Doge chain ecosystem. AutoBark. Look at this right here, folks. Hidden zero balances, this and that. Look at this background. Pretty cool. So what AutoBark does is that it literally moves your liquidity across multiple different swaps. So say for example, you have some Doge McKenzie paired with WDoge or USDC and WW Doge, whatever it is, on whatever LP you have, it not only moves it around, but after you get your rewards and your monies per se, it also auto stakes and it'll reinvest it for you, thereby and therefore increasing your APY, because this is literally the 8th wonder of the world, and that's called compounding interest. But more importantly, to the 21st century, it's automatic now. So AutoBark has taken out the legwork for you, and they've given you the 8th wonder of the world automagically. Dogechain Name Services, DCNS. DCNS is a decentralized naming service for wallets, websites, and more on Dogechain. It allows users to translate their Dogechain address into an easily identifiable name. DCNS, this is quite interesting and a pretty cool product. I can see this being very useful because I'll tell you why right now. If you go into contracts on these Dogechain projects, you're going to see a bunch of hash keys and you will not know what they are for. They just say hash key ABC 123 blah blah blah, and you're like, what does that mean? I have no idea. I'm just an end user. Well, now they can relabel that as a marketing wallet, or they could say, hey, you know what, treasury. They could say, hey, LP, whatever it may be. This tool here, I can see from a user experience, it'll be a much more pleasant experience, and a positive one at that, because it'll show more clarity. But on the creator side, if you're creating all these smart contracts, all these tokens, etc., this helps you create more trust and say, hey, go into our contract. You can see it clearly labeled, it's organized, and you can see which wallet is for what. And this gives your end users well, more confidence that you are actually being transparent. If any of this content is interesting or helpful to you, please make sure you support my channel by subscribing, liking, and hitting that notification bell. And most importantly, have an awesome one. I'll catch you all on the next one.